Hi everyone, welcome to Ace with Ace. Today we're going to be looking at how to find the equation of a cubic function when given 3 x-intercepts and another point. Excuse me. Okay, so now the steps we need to follow in finding the equation of the cubic function under these conditions would be, firstly you need to substitute the x-intercepts of that cubic function into the equation y equals 2 a open bracket x minus x1 open bracket x minus x2 open bracket x minus x3. Okay, so where x1, x2 and x3 are your x-intercepts, so basically you need to just substitute your x-intercept into this equation. So you're going to substitute them into where this x1, x2 and x3. Okay, because we said there's going to be 3 x-intercepts. Okay, so from there you would need to substitute the coordinates. So you basically take your answer from step 1 and substitute the coordinates of the other point. Remember we said that we are given 3 x-intercepts and another point, so you would have substituted the x-intercept in step 1, and after substituting the x-intercept in step 1 you would have an answer, and that answer you're gonna substitute the other points, okay, the x and y value of the other point, okay, into the answer that you got in step 1. Okay, and from there, after substituting the x and y value of the other point, you will be able to solve for a, okay, which is that variable. Okay, you'll be able to solve for a. Okay, you solve for a. Okay, and after that you're going to substitute both the value of a and the x-intercepts, okay, which you already have because they are given to you, into this original formula, okay, where y equals to a into x minus x1, x minus x2, x minus x3. Okay, you multiply, you just substitute, okay, both the a and the x-intercepts, and then you multiply out and then simplify, okay, and you'll end up with your equation. Okay, let's look at some few examples. Okay, so firstly you are given an equation. Okay, hopefully you can see it well. There's 3 x-intercepts in example 1. There's 3 x-intercepts, it's negative 4, 1 and 5. Okay, so what the steps that we're going to follow, the first step says that we must substitute the x-intercepts into the original equation, or into the standard equation. Okay, so here's our standard equation. I just wrote it up there, and then I just substituted my x-intercept. So my x-intercept here is negative 4. Okay, so because it's negative 4, if I put negative 4 there, it's going to be negative 4, so which is going to be plus 4, and then the 1 will just remain as it is. It's going to be minus 1, x minus 1, and the 5 is going to be just x minus 5. Okay, so I'll be done with the first step. Okay, just substituting my x-intercept into the standard equation. Okay, and from there I'm gonna substitute the coordinates of the other point, okay, into the into the answer that I got from step 1. Okay, so here's the answer that I got from step 1. So what I just simply need to do is substitute the coordinates of the other point. Okay, so the coordinates of the other point, we are given a y-intercept at a point 20. Okay, so if it's a y-intercept, the coordinates of that point would definitely be 0 and 20, because the x value at any point on the y-axis is 0. Okay, so that would mean that the coordinate would be 0 and 20. So I'll just substitute where I see x I put 0, and where I put where I see y I put 20. Okay, and then I just simplify. Okay, so 0 plus 4 is 4, 0 minus 1 is minus 1, 0 minus 5 is minus 5. So we'll have 4 times minus 1 times 5 times negative 5, which gives us 20. So we'll end up with 20 equals to 20a. Okay, and if we divide both sides by 20, we'll get a to be 1. Okay, so we'll be done with the second step. So from there you go to the third step. The third step says that you must substitute both the value of a and the x-intercepts which were given initially into the standard equation. Okay, so I just started by writing the standard equation and substituted both there. My a was 1, and I put 1 there, and I put in the x-intercept, okay? And so I'll end up with, if you look at this stage, I'll have y equals to 1 into x plus 4 into x minus 1 into x minus 5, okay? So I just have to expand those 3 brackets, okay? So now you can choose to expand them any way that feels comfortable for you, but what I usually do is that I just multiply out the last 2, okay, and get an answer, and then multiply the third bracket into the answer for the two last brackets, okay? So this is what I did. Okay, so after multiplying out the 2 last bracket, I ended up with x squared minus 6x plus 5. Then I'm going to multiply this bracket with the first bracket, okay? And so using the FOIL method, okay, I ended up with x cubed minus 6x squared plus 5x plus 4x squared minus 2x plus 20, okay? And then I simplified, added what could be added together. So the x cubed will remain, x minus 6x squared plus 4x squared are like terms. I'll remain with negative 2x squared, and 5x minus 24x is negative 19x, and then the 20 is a constant. It has no other common number, okay? So similar number that it can be added to, okay? So that would be it for the first example. Okay, the next example, quickly, you are given a function, a cubic function again. So it's got the x-intercepts negative 3, 2 and 5, okay, and it's got another point on the graph 1 and 16 again. So what you need to do is to substitute the x values of the x-intercepts into the standard equation, so which is what I did here, okay? I've got plus 3 minus 2 and 5, okay, and the next step would be to substitute the coordinates of the other point, okay, on the answer that I got from step 1, okay? So here's the answer that I got from step 1, so I'm just simply going to take this and substitute 16 where I see y and 1 where I see x. This is what I did here, and then I ended up with a being 1, okay? So after getting the a, then I'm going to go to the last step. The last step says that you have to substitute both the value of a and the x-intercept into the standard equation, which is what I did here over there, okay? The a is 1 and the x-intercepts, I've just substituted them back into the original graph, okay? And then I'll just expand, okay? Again, like I said, the way I expand, I like to take the last 2. You can take the first 2 and get the answer, then expand to the and multiply the answer that you get here with the last bracket, or you can do it anyhow as long as you can get to the answer, okay? There are no specific rules, okay, as long as you can get to the answer, okay? So I multiplied the last 2 brackets and got x squared minus 7x plus 10, and now I'm just gonna multiply it with the first bracket, and after multiplying it with the first bracket, I got x cubed minus 7x squared plus 10x plus 3x squared minus 21x plus 30, okay? Then x cubed has no common factor, I'll just write it as it is, and I'll say minus 7x squared plus 3x squared, their common factor, okay, and they'll give me a negative 4x squared, and 10x minus 21x is minus 11x, and then the constant 30 has no partner, so which means that it's going to be like that. That would mean that my final answer for this graph would be y equals to x cubed minus 4x squared minus 11x plus 30, okay? I hope that was helpful to you guys, and you won't struggle anymore with this kind of questions, because they do come up in exams and tests. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and let's meet in the next video. Thank you guys.